All right, part two. We'll probably finish with this because I want to give you time to practice as well. Kata and kata transitioning. Now, what you've basically just done for that first 25 minutes or so is the first move of every single kata, which is block, so defend, and counter. That's the first move of every single kata that ever has been invented, because karate is a defensive form. So you've blocked, you've countered. Okay, now what I want you to try and do is use that. Remember saying at the beginning when from this position you would use that as a transition through? I want you to think about that now when you're doing your first kata and your second kata. So when you are going through your first kata, you obviously step out with your left, and we have this action happening. Now whether you're in long stance or short stance, it doesn't matter. So your hips finish 45. You're going to use that twist to help push you through. Okay. The block, punch, back kick is basically the first three moves. 1, 2, there's your back kick. Okay, fairly straightforward stuff. So when you're moving through this, and again, practice as I'm talking, because I want to be able to. I want you to be able to not only train together, but also, practice as I'm actually speaking. So you don't have to so much watch. You can. I'll repeat. I do repeat myself a lot, and I do talk a lot. So from this position here, in your heikadech, you step your left leg back. Now it only goes back about a shoulder width. Okay, it doesn't have to go back too far. But then this twist, there's your block. But then you continue that twist to help you with that step through. Now, as soon as you lock into that stance, works probably better in Zen Kutsudachi. To explain, as you lock into that, I'll go this side. We're going wide now, we're going into Zen Kutsudachi. As you come through, there's your block. Now, notice the stance hasn't finished yet. Now the stance is finished. It's that little kick out that helps you transition forwards. Okay? So try and get it so that you block, keep your hips 45, but then use that hip technique to send you through. You'll find your katas that you'll get through your first and second kata a lot easier and a hell of a lot quicker if you just go from where you are. That was a bit camp, wasn't it? As you, from this position, 1, transition in, 2. This here is my push forwards. As opposed to having to stop. Now, yes, when it's being counted through, you would stop. And then having to drag. Because don't forget, you're in Zen Kutsudachi, so you've got 70% of the weight on the front leg. You've got to drag this other 30%, and it's like, ooh! And your legs are the biggest limb, so, you know, they're kind of heavy. So it just helps you with that transition through. Now, the same thing with second kata. Over a period of time, you know, depending on how long lockdown goes on for, I might keep doing these, because I'm quite enjoying it. Give me a thumbs up if you want me to keep doing these. And just post them on here. I might go live. I don't know. Give me feedback. Your feedback is important to me. So, same thing for second kata. Now, as you go into second kata, the step is the same. The step remains the same, and everything's going to be going to the left. Everything turns around to the left. And as we do that, that's where the block happens. Going to the left. And as we keep going to the left, that's where the hip engages for the punch. But then notice what's happening with the back leg. We're using that to then kick through. So then instead of second kata becoming this, bum, 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 it becomes 1, 2, 3. Okay? And again, same principle applies to the first combination that we did, well, to the only combination we've done. The same principle applies. Turn everything round to your left. Keep the hips off. As you throw into the punch, whether it's upwards or down, it doesn't matter. As you throw into the punch, that's helping you with that transition forwards. All you do, the only difference between first and second with that transition is the transitioning leg, the leg that's moving forwards, lifts off the floor in second kata. There is no difference, okay? It's just same. And again, you don't need a lot of room to do it. Now, talking about room, just for all two of you. Maybe I don't do these again. Talking about room. Now, whenever you are going, it doesn't matter what the kata is. First, second, cipher, basai, sianchin, MP, sander. It doesn't matter what the kata is. Whenever you want to, you've got no space, but you want to transition on the spot. And in second kata, for example, you block and you step forwards. Okay, so now I've moved my body weight forwards. But I don't want to do that, I want to stay on the same spot. So whenever I'm moving forwards, I will step back first, then move forwards. Probably here you ask, well, does that work for the second kata? Well, yeah, because we get 1, 2, 3. So yes, it can. So whenever you want to move forwards in kata, you will step backwards to go forwards. What that will do is that will give your body the feeling of forward momentum. Okay? So that you can have that 1, 2. And as you step, and again, this can just be an exercise you can just do, you know, in your bathroom. As you step, 1, notice how the hips have stayed off. We're then going to go forwards. If we tie that into our first combination, or the combination we've been doing today, we block, step back, so we're dragging in, and then we're stepping forwards to push. Okay, and that gives our body that forward push. Now, whenever you are blocking, whenever you are moving backwards in kata, you would step forwards to go backwards. Because what that will do is that will give your body the momentum, or the idea of the momentum of retreat. Okay? So you don't need space. So let me just show you first kata. I'll do it in, I've literally got, I don't know. You ready? Back of the room. That's how much space I've got, not a lot. And I've probably got this much width in my room, okay? So we'll do first kata on the spot. So we're gonna do block, step out. Now we're moving forwards to punch. So we're gonna step backwards first in order to punch. Now because we're blocking, we are going to step forwards first to then go backwards, okay? This position we're gonna go forwards now, so we need to go backwards in order to go forwards. From this position here, we're going to go backwards halfway, backwards halfway, because we're blocking. We're going to move forwards, backwards, to go forwards, backwards, to go forwards, backwards, to go forwards. From this position, left foot's going to come around the back. We can bring them together, so feet are together at this point. In the kata, you would shoot past. But for the purpose of this exercise, so you can do it in your living room, we're going to go together. And then we're going to put this step turn in there. So I'll describe what I've just done. Left leg's going to come into your right leg. Just feet together, there's no specific way of doing it. Feet together. Step your right leg out in front of you. And then turn whatever degrees that is. Now we've done our block after the ki. We're now going to step backwards to go forwards. And that's half of, all you do then is repeat it. I might ask you, you know, you might be asking, well, how does that work for other things like cipher or basai dai? Or, well, cipher, you only need 2 shoulder widths by 2 shoulder widths. So you don't need a lot for cipher. Same can go for second kata. So if I just demonstrate that a little bit for you so you can then work through it. We're going to block, execute our chudan yakuzuki. From this position, step backwards because we're transitioning forwards. From here, we step forwards to transition backwards. Punch, step backwards to transition forwards. And then same thing again, halfway in, halfway out. So we're going to move 2 feet. Don't get into the habit of this though, because the carter says 1 foot. But this right foot on that fifth move does move there. So it kind of does send us back a little bit, okay? So we'll go from here, 1, 2. Execute our punch, kick. Punch, step back, kick. Punch, step back, kick. And then transition the same. Now, for your cipher. Cipher is a little bit different. Well, it's not, it's the same actually. So all we need is, from this position here, we need to be able to step 1, 2. Now, because we're moving forwards, what do? We step backwards to move forwards. I'm on the same spot. Now, because we're moving forwards, we step backwards to move forwards. And then we go back. There's the first 3 moves of cipher. So I'll demonstrate that again for you. First move, we're going to step off the line, off the mark. Just picture where my feet are stood now. So from this position, step in, we're going forwards, okay? We're going to get back to that same spot. So we end up going back. Now from this position here, step back, because we're going to go forwards. So we're literally using 2 shoulder widths length to go back. Then we're going to go back, then forwards 2 shoulders and back, okay? Easy peasy, Japanese. So from this position here, we're going to step in, and we're going to go off to the side. Stepping off to the side, depending on your space, there's nothing stopping you stepping back into your cat stance. Okay, and then kick. Step, cat stance, into your kick. Now, because we're going backwards, we then have to, from this position, where am I going? I'm going to go this leg back. We then have to, from this position, step, just straight back. So we're still pretty much on the same mark. Grab, pull, punch, bump, 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 around. Now, in the kata, depending on space, and there's no space here to do sanchin, so I'll stay here. But what I might need to do is just adjust slightly into your sanchin, and then forwards again. Now, because we're going forwards, we're going to be attacking. So from this position, we can either drop back or we can just execute forward. We're still on the same mark. Now we're going to come around, step across, bring the heels in line, lift up, land, sanchin. And I'm doing this in the width of the phone, because I'm on the phone. And then from this position, strike. Now we can go back to ourselves. We can step across, come around, sanchin. From here, boom, 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 forwards, and we're going to strike. Now, the transition is all the way over there for this next move. So what we need to do is, we're going to go 1, 2. So instead of stepping our left leg all the way across here, we're going to step our right leg behind or in line, and then step our left leg forwards. Turn, turn, cat stance, half mawashi, push, finish. Okay? So that's first, second, and cipher in the space of my living room. And it's not massive. It's nothing like the hombu that we used to have. That was 30 meters squared. This is probably, like I said, I've not got a lot of room, but we've just done, or we can do it with oomph if we want to. We just need to think about it a little bit. And is that not true of kata? We need to think. So your cipher on the spot. Well, your cipher on the spot can be this. This is without 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, there's cipher in Aikadach. Do you need room? No. Do you need to work on the mechanics? Yes. And the great thing about it is you don't need room to work on mechanics. You just need the width of your body. Why? Because the majority of mechanics, the majority of the techniques, are going to be within the frame of your body. So as long as you have the width of your body, some of us are wider than others, in both directions, then, and I'm one of those white people, by the way, then as long as you have the width of your body, that's where most attacks are going to end up anyway. Attacks aren't going to end up out here. They're going to end up coming towards you. So you've got to work within that frame, okay? Again, some of us have got a bigger frame than others. Now, kata cipher. So from this position, remember what we said? I'll do it with a bit of oomph. I'll just finish with this, and you can work through it with me if you want. So from here, we step in, step. We're going to step back. Now from this position, we're going to step back in order to go forwards. Now we're going to go back. Now we're going to step back. Notice how things are working together to go forwards. And then step back. From here, in, out, kick from this position. Kick, back. Now because you're attacking, you need to go forwards. So from this position here, we go one, half back, half forwards. So it becomes here, kick, half back, half forwards, and around. Step across. So this left leg has to do what the left leg has to do. Kakayuke. From this position. Half back, half forwards, and around. Step slightly across. Right leg up, and around. Grab, strike. Right foot across. Not all the way, only a little bit of the way. Grab, strike. Through for the sanshin. Punching static. From this position, step right leg back, left leg out, turn the hands as you would. And then finish. And that, my students, is that. So, send me your feedback. You can message me. You can post comments on this like Sharon has. It's not in this time it's not the amount you do. So we've just done with a 5-minute break, probably 40 minutes. 40 minutes of practice, 2 or 3 days a week for free, you know, and this is, you know, don't worry, I'm not charging for this. This is just, you know, something for me to do and for you to join along with, because I wanted to let you know that I'm not dead, and I'm still very much around, but also something that I can input onto you. But it's going to rely on, I noticed there is other clubs out there that have got like online dojos where it's not live. It literally is log on, watch a video, copy it. Whereas what we're doing now is there's a teaching element to it as well. And you can train along while being taught, okay? When I say a teaching element, what I mean is description, correction. And you'll notice that I'll correct myself along the way, but I'm describing as I'm going through it. So if you want to do another one, let me know. It's entirely up to you. I wonder what the hell that was then. Looks like an eagle, looks like a bird. If you want to do another one, let me know, and I'm happy to do this on a morning, on an evening. The best days for me are Wednesdays through to Saturday nights, purely because I don't know, Mason can probably join in as well, but I doubt he would. And of an evening, he's in charge of the TV. So yeah, let me know. Let me know. Give me some feedback on it, if you got something from it, if you learnt something, if you're improving on something, if it's giving you something to work on. We've only done something really basic, But well, like I say, stay in touch. You know, yes, we're all home, locked down. But it doesn't stop us going outside in the garden and doing this. It doesn't stop us doing it in our living room. I've just shown you that you can do the first biggest kata, which is cipher, in your living room, and you know, some combinations. All right. Other than that, I will love you and leave you, and I will say sayonara, and have a great weekend.